I'm here in Canada at Jonathan's house, who's built an incredible smart home with over 300 automations. And not only that, but he did it on an affordable budget, and it's very family friendly. Everything is centered around making his family's life easier, and there's nothing gimmicky here, just a lot of super practical automations. You're gonna wanna see it. Starting off first with an automation that I for sure need in my own home.
Hi, I'm Jonathan, and this automation was designed specifically for my wife because she never remembered to reboot her computer. It caused endless issues with her, but now with this specific automation, she'll just receive a simple notification on her phone. It'll either ask her to reboot or cancel, and because it's a message, she can come up and ensure that nothing that is left open needs to be saved to be kept safe.
I love this automation because it resolves so many issues with a simple reboot. And Allie never reboots her computer. And when she has computer issues, I of course ask her when the last time she rebooted was. And it's usually like 2 months ago. So this would solve so many problems. All right, you gotta check out this automation that uses the doorbell and this camera right up here.
So we're using this very inexpensive camera from EasyViz to actually take a snapshot when someone pushes the doorbell, sends that information through a large language model, and then outputs exactly what's occurring outside.
Person on porch, partially obscured. No weapons detected.
And we're now starting to incorporate extra imagery to tell us who is actually at our door. So if it's my father, my mother-in-law, it will actually tell us who's standing there and give us that notification.
A light blue sedan is visible on the street.
It's surprising how accurate it is. And you know that light blue sedan that it picked up? That's my rental car.
So we're here in my son's room. My son has a disability. The main reason why I decided to create a smart home was to assist him. And my main concern was creating a very simplistic and easy dashboard for him to utilize his lights in his room, but also contacting myself and my wife at any time that he needs help.
I like it, and this could be useful for any family member who needs help. Just tap a button on the dashboard. So to help Jonathan's son stay safe, he has a phone for location tracking, but as you know with kids, they like to have fun on a phone, so Jonathan set up some automations to help keep things in check.
In particular with my son, he loves Roblox. The only thing with Roblox sometimes is he likes to get a little loud when playing it, and it's not always appreciative at 6 a.m. to be woken up by screaming because he's having fun.
As a father of 3, yes, tell me about it. So of course Jonathan automated the phone to gently help his son stop playing.
It is too early to be playing Roblox.
It will automatically pull up YouTube, and it will disable Roblox until 7 a.m.
Good morning, Chris. It is time to get up. Please go downstairs and eat your breakfast.
The one thing that we've added on his dashboard is a timer to ensure that he eats his breakfast in a timely manner. Once that's all complete, it will tell him to go ahead and brush his teeth and make his bed, and then it will tell him to get ready and get dressed for school or have some fun activities on a weekend.
So another really cool automation for their son is here at the front door. So as you can see, there's a Ring contact sensor that can let them know if the door is open or closed, but there's also an Aqara contact sensor on the Guardian lock. And that way, when their son comes home from school and this door opens and closes, if no one closes this Guardian lock, then they get a notification to come do it. And that way, their son doesn't accidentally run out the front door and they can keep him safe in the house, which is great peace of mind.
So here in my hallway, we always wanted a way to be able to turn on our hallway lights easily without having to fumble around with a bunch of light switches. So instead of buying a different device, we actually tapped into the motion sensor that's being built into the Ring keypad to turn it on only when it's cloudy or raining, because if it's sunny, we don't necessarily need the light.
Wait, what? I didn't even know there was a motion sensor in the Ring keypad until Jonathan told me. You learn something new every day. And Jonathan uses the same motion sensor to automate the light strips on his stairs. These look so nice and can help you see going up the stairs without harsh overhead lighting. He also has his phone integrated nicely into his smart home.
Within the house, not only are we using Home Assistant, but we're using Tasker for Android quite heavily. So I have it sending a webhook from Home Assistant into Tasker that will actually announce over my Google speakers who's calling me at that moment.
You are getting a call from Laura.
That's pretty useful, especially if you don't have your phone around you. And this next automation is a perfect way to make sure dinner gets on the table.
So what I did is within Home Assistant, I created just a basic calendar input that reminds me on that specific day when I need to order the meals.
Jonathan, it is time to order the meals for Chef's Plate.
But not only that, if I'm lazy and forget to do it, it will automatically and always pulls up the specific app on my phone, and I cannot ignore it. So that way our meals get here and my wife is at ease.
Okay, I think this automation goes without saying. Definitely high spouse approval factor. For real though, I'm a huge fan of this, and anytime this smart home can help me when I'm being lazy is a big time win. Oh hey, look, an Aqara device. To help make these smart home tours possible, Aqara is sponsoring this series, which I'm extremely grateful for because traveling is expensive. But what isn't expensive is Aqara devices, and Jonathan's using Aqara devices all throughout his house. We have a temperature sensor right here in his son's room, and that way when it gets too warm, it turns on the window AC unit to cool things down. There's also one of the Aqara buttons right here to change the lights, as well as an FP2 sensor in his bedroom for some automations that we'll talk about in a second. And Aqara also provided some extra sensors as well. So he's going to use another FP2 sensor in his office, which we were just in. And that way he can know who's sitting at what desk and automate turning off the computer if he has to get up quickly. So many cool things you can do with Aqara devices, and they are very inexpensive. I'll link all the Aqara stuff down in the description. Definitely check it out. And thanks to Aqara for supporting the channel. So we're here in the bedroom and there's an Aqara FP2 sensor right here. And there's quite a bit of automations that Jonathan set up with just this one sensor.
So there's nothing worse than when your partner gets up in the middle of the night to try to get dressed to go to work and every light turns on. So what I've done is I've created separate zones all through my bedroom that at any time when we walk up to our wardrobe and we stand in this area and we open it up, we have LED strips that only turn on within so you can see what you're grabbing and you're not disturbing the other.
I like that. And he also uses the FP2 to automate his ceiling lights.
I sit down and it knows I'm here, and if I want to watch TV, I don't want my bedroom light on. After 5 seconds, it automatically turns it off and I can enjoy my show. Once it pauses, I stand back up and it turns on so I can leave, and then it will automatically turn off when there's no person detected. When I walk into my bedroom at night, I want to see and ensure that all my doors and windows are closed prior to going to bed. So it automatically comes up on my Google display as a dashboard within Home Assistant. If I try to arm my system or lay down in bed, if any of these aspects are open, it will not let me arm the system until I rectify the issue.
I cannot arm the systems as the front guardian door and back guardian door are open. Please lock them and arm the system again.
I love how foolproof this system is. There's like no way to make a mistake. It just tells you what you need to do to fix it. So smart. Plus, while he's getting ready in the morning, Jonathan's voice assistant will tell him what to wear based on the date and the weather.
Given the temperature swing, layering will be key to staying comfortable throughout the day. Start with a long sleeve shirt as your base layer.
Moving down to the main area of the home, Jonathan has built a family-friendly dashboard that's both useful and fun.
We wanted to make it very simplistic and not hard to operate, especially because of my son.
So we organize his dashboard by rooms and click on the room you need to see, and then a separate view comes up for that area. Makes a lot of sense. And their son's favorite, party mode, of course.
So he'll specifically come in, click a button, set it to party lights with our whiz lights in our kitchen. And he has a little dance party himself in the middle of the night, and it is the funniest thing to watch ever.
I've seen people hate on RGB lights. Hey, when you have kids, RGB lights are the best, and they're not stopping in the kitchen.
In our bathroom, we have a button that if my son long presses, it will automatically change those lights in our bathroom to that party mode he loves so much and automatically start playing his Spotify playlist. So it's a little fun party for him as he gets to relax and enjoy his bath time.
Man, my kids would love those party lights in the bathroom. And kids, if you're watching, don't get any ideas. Don't make me do some extra work when I get home. One of the cool things with the dashboard is if any of the lights are on in the room, the button for that room lights up, and so they can quickly see if any lights were left on, and then they can just quickly turn them off. And if Jonathan's son needs help in the bathroom, he can just single press that button and it will announce on all the speakers to go help him in the bathroom.
Laura and Jonathan, Chris needs help in the bathroom.
That's so cool. And if you're wondering the inspiration for Jonathan's voice assistant, the answer is Tony Stark.
And my AI is specifically Jarvis, and my wife uses Friday. When we get audible notifications, we know exactly who it is determined to be for.
Your heavy load wash has finished. Please change it to the dryer.
Jonathan, you need to change the cat litter. Please go and do so.
But they take it a step further with the lights.
like using the TV stand to identify if I'm on a phone call or in a meeting, using the light that's directly behind me for my son, if his phone is dying or if he needs to complete a specific chore, and having under the island a notification area for my wife if she's on a call or a meeting.
I think this is really smart, and I could totally see myself implementing something similar where me and Ellie are using separate voice assistants or notification lights, and that way we can quickly see who the notification is for, and it just makes life a little more simple since we know what to look for. Now, like I said, I am visiting Canada.
How's it going, eh?
Which explains why this next automation is very Canadian.
So my father is a huge hockey fan, and every Friday or Saturday, if they come over for a dinner and there's a game on, he'd want to watch it. But as some of you know, putting a hockey game on early is not always the greatest because you got to sit there and watch commercials or go through whatever. So I created this specific automation that when the NHL API kicks over from pre to live, my TV will automatically switch from whatever input it's on, whether it's the Switch, the Chromecast, over to the Fire TV and bring that specific channel on so we can watch the hockey game without any of those odd interruptions.
And not only does the TV turn on right when the game starts, he also automated his living room during the game too.
Your team scores, and you get an amazing horn and your lights flashing for your specific team that you follow.
Oh, and guess what else is automated? The popcorn machine, because why not?
The popcorn machine is ready, please, at the kernels.
So instead of us trying to sit here and time how long to put those kernels in, our smart home tells us when it needs to go in, so it's movie ready every time.
Yeah, so the way this works is really simple. There's just a smart outlet that the popcorn machine is plugged into, and then when the automation runs, it starts up a timer, and then it lets you know when it's ready, and then when it's all done, it just turns off the smart outlet. Easy.
The popcorn is done, and I will turn off the machine. Enjoy!
So Jonathan built a system for his son that I've been wanting to build for my kids for years. It's a chore chart that can keep track of the chores so that the kids can stay on top of all their daily tasks.
So as my son completes his basic chores, he comes over to this dashboard and he simply clicks on it. But as we know, kids can be kids, and if you click on it, it may not actually be done. So once he does click on it, it will send me or my wife a notification that we can either confirm or deny it.
Chris, you did not make your bed. If you want the point, please go and do so.
And if we confirm it, his points system goes up. Every Sunday, depending on how many points he has, I have scripts built within Home Assistant that will randomly pick a number based on how many points he has, and that's his surprise. And our favorite is brushing his teeth, that he can't just come and push a button to get a confirmation from us. His smart toothbrush actually tells us when he's completed brushing his teeth, so we know he keeps them nice and pearly white.
Okay, toothbrush automations? Dad of the year right here. And all of Jonathan's automations make me want to build a very family-friendly smart home like he did.
When we first started this journey, we were looking at purely safety and security for our son, and it's evolved into so much more. It's turned into a day-to-day aspect for me, for my wife, for my son, and it truly does run our lives, but it makes everything so much simpler. But not only that it's fun and cool because I get to do all these fun little projects, but it's keeping us in line and ensuring that we can function at a higher level. So it's been an amazing experience for us.
All right, that about does it. Thanks, Jonathan, for letting me come tour your smart home. You have some incredible automations, and it's amazing what you've been able to do for your son and your family.
Well, thank you so much for coming, Reed.
Yeah, and Jonathan is smoking some ribs right now, so I'm hungry. I'm going to go chow down pretty soon, and thanks, everyone, for watching.